You've heard on the internet that you should want your partner or your romantic interest instead of needing them. And you may have also heard in the manifestation realm, if you've looked into that, that wanting something can cause a anxiety inside of you that makes you kind of contradict the entire desire in itself. So how do you want something without needing it? And how do you get what you want without pushing it away? Well, I have just sort of simplified this in a very fascinating way, because the answer is never in the extremities. The extremities have their place. So you can have not a care in the world, or you could have, it could be the most important thing in the world to you. But balance is super important. So let's compare the emotion of desire with with sugar. Sugar, if you have no sugar in the world, like nothing, even if it's honey, etc., you're just completely devoid of anything sweet. You're missing out on a very fascinating and pleasant experience. So that's one extremity, like you're like ultra vegan, you know? Let's go to another extremity where you have so much sugar that it actually destroys your teeth, it kills and damages your immune system, and you get sick, etc., and you gain a lot of weight. And that's a big problem. Either of these extremities is unhealthy. I'm sure one is probably, it's got one of its pros or cons or whatever. But here's a better thing. If you can balance this consumption of sugar, where you have a little bit of sugar, it could be a little bit every day, and that's fine. You know, you're allowed to want to have sugar. You're allowed to consume sugar. You're allowed to enjoy the delicious sweetness that God invented and allowed man to consume. It has a lot of purposes, this sugar. It's very fascinating. You know, not everyone could just manufacture sugar on the go. So, and you have honey too, you know, and there's all these different things you can create with sugar. You can make cakes, etc. But here's the thing, you don't overconsume that, because if you did, you'd be leaning more and more and more into that extremity where it's too much and it's unhealthy, much like the emotion of desire or wanting. But if you don't have enough, then you start to complain. You're like, oh, I don't have enough sugar. I want sugar, but it's just, I can't believe I don't have enough sugar. You start complaining. You start having this type of resentment towards the sugar or whatnot. I can't believe all those people eating sugar. Yuck. So when you're trying to attract or please or make your partner happy or even make yourself happy, remember that balance is the answer. And when it comes to the emotion of desire or wantingness, which is, it tends to be a bit of a more lower level energy emotion, then yeah, just put it in the middle ground, where it's balanced. You have a little bit of wanting, a little bit of desire. That's just the right amount. It's not too much and it's not too little. It's like this cabinet that's in front of me. I wanted the cabinet. I visualized it specifically to the specifications, and here it is. It became my reality. And so therefore, like, I wasn't banging my head trying to force this cabinet into existence. I just sort of let it happen. It came into fruition eventually. The same with your desired outcome.